Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm sharing a really big drugstore affordable makeup haul with you. I don't know what happened. Over the past couple of weeks, I have accumulated a lot of drugstore products. So I thought I would just sit down and share what I've purchased with you. And I thought maybe you guys could leave me feedback in the comments and let me know what you want to see my thoughts on first. Some of this will probably end up in my monthly favorites and fails that's coming up at the end of the month. I do have first impressions on a few of these products already, and I do have some on my face, and I'll show you those applications as we go through the video. I placed a large Ulta order. I have various brands here: e.l.f., Physicians Formula, Milani, ColourPop, Maybelline, Revlon, other brands I can't even think of. I placed my first YESSTYLE order, and they have tons of brands from all over the world. A portion of this video is in partnership with YESSTYLE. I know a lot of you have been ordering from them for a while and you've been telling me about them. It was a lot of fun because there is so much to see. So I'll go through that too. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this because this could end up being quite a long video. I'm gonna get this one out of the way first because it's goofy, it's kitschy. I did not order it to review, but I just had to order it for me, you know? So some of you may be familiar with Makeup Revolution's Friends collection that they launched last fall, summer, I don't know. They've had a few releases during this time and I've ordered from each of them. I haven't really shared it here on my channel and some of it's in our storage unit. We're in a rental right now because we're moving. But with this last order, I got the makeup bag that has the mirrors all over it. I just thought it was really cute. Do I need another makeup bag? Absolutely not. And I missed the scrunchies last time, so I did pick up the scrunchies. I also got the mirror. I mean, come on, how cute is that? It's actually a very good mirror too. I've been using it. And with either the first or second release, they had launched a bunch of lipsticks for each character, and they missed a big opportunity that a lot of people, including myself, let them know, and that was the blue lipstick for men. Do you guys remember that? So they did end up releasing it, and I did end up getting it. I mean, I had to. How cute is this? It smells really good too, and it's actually not really blue. It's kind of this clear iridescent shade with a slight blue tinge to it. I mean, I really just got it for the nostalgia, so I just figured I would start with that. It was just fun, and if you're not aware that this collection exists and you like Friends, it does exist. I will link it down below along with everything else in this video and what I'm wearing. You know, I'm big on using a vitamin C serum in my skincare, and I picked up a Timeless vitamin C serum. I haven't used this in a long time, and it is a great one that is not super expensive. A lot of vitamin Cs are very expensive. A lot of you like it, and they carry this at YESSTYLE. I feel like most people associate YESSTYLE with a lot of J Beauty and K Beauty makeup and skincare. They also have clothes and other things. They have various other types of brands like Timeless and others, and they're also known for being affordable. So in addition to the really cute, different, clever makeup items that I'm going to show you here in a second, I got the oil-free ultra moisturizing lotion from COSRX. I know a lot of you really like this brand, and so I picked up some things that you recommended to me. I got the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence, also from COSRX. I've heard a lot of good things about this brand and about snail mucin in general, and so I'm really excited to try this out. It is summertime and a lot of people do the baby foot peel that is like, I want to say $25. And I picked up this Pure Derm Shiny and Soft Foot Peeling Mask. It is less and the reviews were really good, so I threw this into the mix. Now this product I have thoughts on already. These are the Beauty M facial razors. Now I've used these from other brands, Sephora, Amazon, the Tinkle ones, and these are the souped up version of those. Holy cow, I was not expecting that at all. You have to really be careful with these. So if you are careful with it, you will get a great smooth result as far as getting rid of that peach fuzz. And it also covers a wider area because, you know, the other ones are pretty small, but this is like those on steroids. No lie. I was not prepared for that. And I actually had to use a soothing lotion after, like an aftershave almost. Not prepared. So I do plan on reviewing this Misha Soft Finish Sun Milk before my monthly favorites. I am very, very picky about sunscreens and I wasn't sure which one to order. I don't know if this is the right one that everybody loves. This has SPF 50 plus and it's PA+++. I've been trying a few sunscreens and I'll try this one out too, but I did get this one. I know a lot of people really love Misha sunscreens and a lot of overseas sunscreens, and so I wanted to try one out. Let me know if you have other recommendations that I can grab down below in the comments. I picked up this Moisture Cushion blush from the Face Shop. It's got this little tiny cushion in here that you just dip into the blush. I mean, how cute is this? The color is perfect for spring and summer too. The blush that I have on today is the pink shade of these Juicy Pang blushers. These remind me a lot of the Daniel Sandler watercolor blushes that I love so much. And I apply it the same way. I drop it onto the back of my hand and then swirl my brush in it until the product is mostly absorbed and kind of dried down, but not too much to where it won't add any color. And then I dab it onto my cheeks. Now I had powder foundation on here and it didn't disturb anything underneath. I'm wearing the pink shade. I'll have the shade names listed down below, but I really love both shades. The description also says that it gives a watercolor effect, which is also very similar to the Daniel Sandler watercolor blushes. These are less than $10. They might even be less than $9. I really impressed with these. This is the Peripera, I think, Ink Velvet. It's a lip stain that's supposed to nurture your lips. It's got good ingredients in it, but it's also supposed to last a decent amount of time. It's got a sponge tip applicator and it seems nice. I have not tried this yet though. I also picked up this Holika Skinny Eyebrow Pencil. I got the shade Ash Brown. I've really been enjoying this. It's a very fine tipped eyebrow pencil and it's not so waxy that you have to press really hard to get pigment. And I mean, I think it gives a pretty natural look. I feel like it's applied really well when I've used it and it lasts a nice amount of time too. So if you're interested in ordering anything from YESSTYLE, you can save a little bit of money. I have a link and a code for you down below. Okay, so from MILANI, I was dying to order the Gilded Shadow Sticks. A lot of you have been telling me to try these out, and so I do have all 3 shades on my eyes today. These really grip to the lids. You do have some time to blend them out, but you do have to work pretty quickly. What I was really impressed with though is how well they layer over one another. They don't pick up what's underneath as you're layering them. And I mean, they've lasted pretty well. It is hot in this house. I have to have the fan on. I'm hoping it's not affecting the lighting in any way, but I've been sweating and I don't feel like anything's creasing. Nope, nothing's creasing. It's looking good. I've had this on for a significant amount of time, all of the makeup, and it's lasting really nicely. I really do like the 3 shades that I grabbed. I love having less expensive shadow sticks for you because, you know I talk about Laura Mercier and I talk about nude sticks and, other brands, but when I can find a good drugstore option that is flattering on the lids and wears well, it is such a good thing for all of us. I also picked up this all-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette. I've seen this in people's thumbnails, but I haven't heard anything about it. I've kind of been avoiding it because I wanted to check it out for myself. I really like a good face palette. I cannot wait to try this. I have not dug into it yet, but I will be. And finally from MILANI, I grabbed a powder that I have not tried yet, but it intrigues me. It is the MILANI Make It Last Pressed Setting Powder. I live in New Orleans. It is hot and humid, especially right now. I mean, it's brutal outside. So any kind of bulletproof type powder this time of year is welcome because the second you walk outside, you start to sweat. I mean, I'm sweating in my house right now. It is very silky. I mean, I was really surprised at how silky it felt, especially because of how white it is. I don't know why. I have other white powders that are silky, but it's really silky. I think I'm gonna dust a little bit on right now because you can see on camera that I am in fact sweating in this room. So let's just see what this looks like, if it makes me look too white or if it is invisible. Okay, hey, that looks really nice. Somebody just backed up outside with some squeaky brakes. I don't know why I decided to use the smallest brush on the planet, but I did. I'm having some upper lip sweat. We're just gonna have to deal with that in this video. I filmed too late in the day and this rental just does not have good insulation. So we'll see how long I stay shine-free throughout this video, I guess. But that is what I picked up from MILANI. So let's talk about this Ulta order that will cross over with some direct brand orders and some other things. So this is the NYX Lingerie XXL that a lot of people have been raving about. So of course I had to try it. I do have a first impression from today. This is the shade Flaunt It that is, why did I say it like that? Flaunt It. Flaunt It. Anyway, it's described as a peachy pink. I don't think it looks peachy pink whatsoever. I think it looks like a very mauve-y, kind of a deep shade. And I don't have this on over any lip liner. It's just on my lips. It's pretty darn deep. So if we're going by this, I don't think the descriptions are very accurate. So that's number one. Number two, it applied beautifully. I have uneven lips. My collagen, for some reason, has decided to stick around on the left side of my lips and on the right side of my lips. It's depleting. I've contemplated getting filler to fill that out and maybe to try and get some of the fullness put back into my upper lip that has suddenly decided to go away over the past year or two, but I'm a little bit nervous. But every time I sit down to film, I realize how uneven the two sides of my lips are and I have to even them out. I was able to easily do that with the tip of this applicator. It's not always possible with liquid lipsticks, so I was pleasantly surprised. But I did find that this felt a little bit dry and it just kind of still emphasized my vertical lip lines on my lips. I just don't really like liquid lipsticks. Even when they say that they're comfortable, I don't know. I didn't find it was that comfortable. So I did top it with something that I'll talk about here in a little bit. I'm not even sure how this product ended up on my radar or in my basket, but I'm glad it did because I tried it today for the first time and I really think I'm gonna like it long term. This is the Kiko Milano Dolce Diva Twist Brush Waterproof Mascara. So I ended up getting this because of the By Terry Twist Brush Mascara. I wanted to see if they were dupes. I don't know if I have that By Terry mascara here to actually be able to dupe them right now, but it's the same concept. When the brush is longer, it gives you volume and length. When it's shorter, it gives you volume and curl. I much preferred using it on the volume and length side. It is a waterproof mascara, so it holds my curl pretty nicely and it separates really nicely too. It's not giving me fake looking lashes, but it's a good amount of volume for a daily mascara. I really think it's pretty and my lashes feel nice and soft. Now I started with another mascara on this side and ended up topping it with this because I wasn't liking the length of the other mascara. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I like this first impression. I also picked up the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. I've just never tried this. It is what I have on today. Believe it or not, I feel like it does not look like I have on a powder foundation, partially because I keep sweating, but I mean, my makeup has stayed on. I am just eating my hair today too. I have shade 220 Natural Beige. This will be in an upcoming foundation roundup where I review several foundations that I've been trying lately, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now, don't rely on YouTube to give you notifications of those videos because they don't really do that reliably anymore. The way I keep up with people I'm subscribed to see new things they've uploaded since the last time I was in YouTube is checking into my subscriptions section each time I log into YouTube. So every time I log in, I just automatically hit subscriptions. It's at the bottom if you're on mobile, it's on the side if you're on desktop. And every new video from every single person you're subscribed to is on that page in order from the most recent video to the oldest video. That's what I do, sometimes once a day, sometimes multiple times a day. It just depends on how many times I log into YouTube. Just a helpful tip for those of you who are a little bit perplexed by the whole notification thing lately. I've been getting a lot of messages about that. Beautylish used to be the only retailer for Good Molecules, but now Ulta sells Good Molecules too, and so I grabbed the Instant Cleansing Balm. I have been using this, testing it out. This will be in my monthly faves and fails. There's quite a dip in here, so just be on the lookout for that video towards the end of the month. I feel like I've been testing out a lot of cleansing balms lately, and so added this to the mix. Flower Beauty is one of my favorite brands from the drugstore, I think, and I grabbed their Gel Crush Lip and Cheek stick. I decided to try and tap over my makeup with this earlier and it worked beautifully. It didn't take anything off. I liked the pink glow it gave. The shade that I have is Strawberry Crush. There's a kind of a sweet smell to this, but it's not overwhelming. I also grabbed the Fiber Fix Brow Gel, and the shade that I have is Blonde. This, I think, is probably the best substitute that I have found for the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Gel that I was in love with. I think I've finally found my perfect substitute for that product, and I'm so excited about it. I actually feel like it might hold a little bit better, but I feel like it dispenses the right amount of product. It's the right color. I really, really am liking this a lot. There's been a lot of buzz about LA Girl eyeshadow palettes lately. I just keep hearing about them, and so I decided with my Ulta order that I would pick up the Hey Hey Vacay palette. I love this whole aesthetic that's going on here. It's very sturdy too. I got this version because I don't really have anything with this color story, and I just felt like it was wearable at the same time. Now I've dipped into it a little bit, but I'm going to play with it some more, so stay tuned for a verdict on this, but I just thought it was really pretty. If you've tried an LA Girl palette, let me know your thoughts, and you know, if everybody's raves are correct. Yeah, I'm really liking that. I'm wondering if I should pick up one of the other ones too. So I had several Physicians Formula items in my Ulta order. The first is this Eye Booster Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. You know, I'm just all about a slim brow pencil. My brows go a little bit lighter in the summertime, so I decided to go for Taupe with this one. I haven't tried it yet, but it's on the horizon. I've had the Butter Bronzer for years, and I decided it was kind of old, so I decided to replace it with the current version in the new packaging. Not the matte formula, just the regular formula, and it's just called bronzer. It doesn't have a shade, but yeah, I got this, and you are seeing me apply it to this side of my face for a particular reason that you'll see here in a minute, but it does have the same scent that it had before, and it applies just as beautifully. I still wish they would change their packaging to something a little sleeker and more today, but it looks like they're sticking with it. And because of all the raves, I ordered the Diamond Lip Plumper in the shade Pink Radiant Cut because the clear was out of stock. I really did want the clear, and I figured it was probably going to be kind of a sheer pink, and it is. The same day, a PR package was waiting for me from Physicians Formula. I haven't gotten Physicians Formula PR in probably 3 years. So there was another one of the diamond cut lip plumpers in there in the same shade. There was also the clear. And so I was excited about that because I wanted to try it. I actually did top over the lip lingerie with this, and it's actually lasted really nicely on my lips. I've been drinking through this whole video in between takes, and I'm actually happy with the way it's been wearing. And I've worn this by itself too, both shades. It's a really nice lip plumper that doesn't sting too much, but it does plump the lips nicely. So the raves for this product are spot on. So this is actually the only PR that I'm going to go over, and the reason why I'm going to go over it is because they did include the matte version of this bronzer, which I am applying to this half of my face. This is matte sun-kissed, and this just says bronzer, and it looks to me like this has so much more of an orangey tone, but on the face I really can't tell the difference. I mean, I don't feel like this half of my face looks neutral and this half looks completely orangey. Do you? I mean, maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I don't feel like it looks that way. So I was happy to see that. I also don't feel like the matte is too matte, that it looks flat. I mean, the Physicians Formula regular bronzer, it just gives a nice sun-kissed glow. It's not glittery or glimmery. It's just a really beautiful finish. But if you just want a matte bronzer through and through, they do give you that option, which is really nice. They're both really beautiful products. They also included the Butter Believe It Putty Primer, which is what I applied before I applied my powder foundation. I was fully expecting not to like it, and I actually do. And I'm gonna try it some more with regular liquid foundations. I do notice the faint butter scent, but I didn't notice it once I applied it. You know, right when you scoop it out, it's got that typical primer consistency, but they tell you to warm it between your fingers and it kind of emulsifies, and then you apply it to the skin. What I love is that they tell you in their instructions to let it set for at least 30 seconds before you apply your foundation. I don't know if many other primers actually tell you that, but that's what you're supposed to do with your primer, is wait 30 seconds to a minute to let it sink into the skin. So kudos to Physicians Formula for that, but I'm gonna keep testing this out. Now, they did send the Butter Believe It foundation, which I was excited about because, you know, I review foundations here, but the shades are too light. They sent the shade Light and Fair to Light, and I did pump both of these out of my hand, and neither one is going to work for me. So it kind of eliminates the testing out. I mean, I could mix my Drunk Elephant Debronzy in here to deepen it up, but I kind of feel like that's going to affect the testing for some of you. So I'm just going to have to probably buy this and test it at another time. Also included is this Butter Believe It Skin Mist. So right after I applied the Maybelline Superstay Powder Foundation, it did pick up on a few little dry patches I didn't know I had over here, and I decided to go ahead and go in with this butter setting spray to see if it would take that down, and it did. It worked really nicely. So I'm anxious to test this out more with other foundations and over other, you know, just completed makeup to see how it works, especially in this hot, humid weather that we're having. The highlighter that I applied today is the Diamond Dust highlighter from Physicians Formula in the shade Starlit Glow. This is really pretty in the pan. It has iridescent sparkles to it. That's not really my scene. It's too sparkly, too glimmery for me personally, but if you like that, it might work for you. I just find it to be very apparent on my skin. I think it could be the highlighter for some people. It's just not for me. This is the mascara that I had on before I topped over it with the Kiko Milano. This is the Butter Blowout Mascara from Physicians Formula. So if you're someone who has really long lashes and you want a lot of volume, I think this would be a great mascara for you. I felt like it gave me great volume and a lot of darkness. Like, it made my lashes look really black and thick. I feel like my lashes are pretty long. I'm not someone who typically looks for lengthening mascaras. It does say this is supposed to give full-blown volume and length, but I felt like it kind of made the ends of my lashes kind of blunt, and it made them look shorter than what they usually do. I don't know how that's possible. So that's why I ended up topping it with the Kiko Milano, because I wanted more lengthening, but it did leave my lashes soft and thick. So if that's what you're looking for, you would probably really like this. Now at Target, I picked up a few things from the lip bar that I have not even opened yet. I got the lip gloss in the shade Baddie. I had gotten something from them one time. It was a lip product and it had an odd smell to it. And I was wondering if that was how all their lip products were or if it was just the one I got. So I wanted to try something again. I really like the shade though. This doesn't have a scent at all. So I think I just got a weird one. Yeah, this is fine. So that is the shade Baddie. That's really pretty. I also got the Quick Lid One Swipe Liquid Shadow in the shade It Girl. Oh, wow. Okay, that does give pigment in one swipe. I mean, that is solid color. And I also got their Just a Tint 3-in-1 tinted skin conditioner. It says it's supposed to keep your skin healthy and glowing with rosewater, cucumber extract, iris sea moss extract, and hyaluronic acid for serious moisture, and SPF 11 to help protect against sunburn. This formula is oil-free and provides a natural, radiant, and sheer buildable, why can't I talk anymore, coverage. So, okay, I love me some sun protection, but I always talk about how, you know, you have to apply just a ton of foundation to get sun protection from your foundation. SPF 11 is just not gonna give sun protection. So I would not use this for sun protection, just foundation. It has octinoxate and titanium dioxide as the sunscreens, and that is the color, which looks about right. I don't notice a weird scent or anything. I feel like I might be nearing the end. I'm just not sure. Everything's kind of everywhere. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see first, what you want verdicts on, and I will try to do that for you. And okay, let's just keep going. So I have never, for some reason, tried the Hydrating Coconut Mist from e.l.f. I've tried other facial sprays from them, which I really, really liked, but I somehow skipped this one. It was never available in store for me, and I guess I just kept forgetting to place it in my cart when I would place an order, so I finally ordered it. I also ordered the Metallic Flare Highlighter in Rose Gold. Let's do a little swatcheroo here. Okay, so this is really subtle. I wouldn't necessarily call this a metallic flare. I feel like that's more of a subtle gleam rather than a metallic flare. But I do love the rose gold shade. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try this out and give you a verdict. I mean, okay, isn't that just a given at this point? Why did I just say that? I also picked up the eyelash curler because, I don't know, I just found a new eyelash curler that I'm loving and I wanted to try a new one. I also grabbed the Wow Brow in taupe because I keep hearing people talking about this and I figured, why not? It looks like it might deposit a lot of fibers. It's kind of hard to tell. We'll figure it out. So I grabbed the Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara and just realized that it is a plastic wand. I'm not that fond of plasticky wands. It looks like it's not gonna do the job that I want it to do, but you never know. We'll find out. I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm also keeping an open mind about the e.l.f. I'm about to give up. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Say it with me. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I got Universal Sheer. It doesn't say that on the container after you take it out of the package because there's a few versions of this, right? So I never tried this because I don't know, I've had bad experiences with putty type primers in the past, but everyone under the sun is raving about this. So I figured I would try it. I wasn't sure which version to get. I grabbed this one. I had a decent experience with the Physicians Formula one today, so maybe it will be the same for this one. I picked up an e.l.f. Putty Blush in an unnamed shade because it is not on the container anywhere. I just love that. I will either list it on the screen or I'll list it in the description box. Thank you, e.l.f., for doing what Wet n Wild always does, which is not putting the shades on the container. I also picked up the Putty Blush brush. I'm intrigued by this. I want to see if it applies cream blushes similarly to the way my other preferred brush does. So, you know, we'll see. So I don't typically get into a lot of the limited edition kind of gimmicky collections that a lot of brands come out with. I just feel like they're fleeting. It's just kind of here one day, gone the next. But after hearing all the raves for several of the Mint Melt products from e.l.f., I decided to pick up the Cooling Face Primer. I'm going to be trying this out. And I got the Chocolate Mint little eyeshadow quad. I just thought that that was actually kind of wearable. There are some that aren't as wearable for me, or at least for my taste, but I thought this one was kind of cute. You know you really love a product when you panic at the thought of not having it in your life, and so you buy it twice on accident. So first of all, I loaned my ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palette to my daughter Brooke, who is 16, and she decided to keep it. So I immediately decided to order another one because I did not want to be without it ever. So as I was placing the order, I realized I couldn't locate my Bare Necessities palette either. The Stone Cold Fox palette is the cool version. The Bare Necessities is the warm version, even though they're both neutrals. I love them both. I don't want to be without either. And I'm thinking, did I let her borrow that one too? I can't find it. I cannot be without either. So I just immediately ordered another one. It didn't even dawn on me that we had just moved like a week or two before, and I probably should have looked a little harder. So I ordered Bare Necessities too. This is it, still in the box. I looked in a random drawer and there was my Bare Necessities palette just sitting there. So I now have two Bare Necessities palettes. Brooke is taking one and I have the other. So that's when you know how much you really love a palette, is when you start to panic at the thought of being without it, even if it's in the same house. It's just not within arm's reach. I mean, I had to replace it ASAP. So while I was on ColourPop's website, I decided to pick up this cheek palette in Cookie Cluster. So cute and functional. I love that you can swirl all the shades together or use them individually. There's also a highlighter. They have several versions of this, several shades, and you can also buy a bundle. And I grabbed this product in two shades that's going viral because everyone says it's a dupe for the Chanel cream bronzer. This is the Soul bronzer. I got medium dark and medium. They didn't have the rectangular brush, so I ended up getting this kind of slanted brush. You can use it on the body, you can use it on the face, and I'm going to be seeing what I think about it in comparison to, you know, the Chanel. I have the older version and the other bronzers that I've been using too. There is a sweet scent to it, so, you know, if you don't like a scent, you probably won't like this, but it is creamy and smooth. I mean, you know, that's really nice. So that was the medium, and this is the medium dark. And keep in mind that I had powder on the back of my hand, so it may not have gone on quite as smoothly as it would have on bare skin. And I also grabbed the Going Coconuts palette. I just had major FOMO with this. I just felt like I'd seen a lot of people use it and really love it, and it's just such a great neutral palette. I like my neutrals, and I just figured I needed this in my life too. I have not even touched it yet. It's pristine, but I cannot wait to. So if you're looking for a fantastic setting powder, I just shared my top 10. I'll link that video here. I have drugstore and high-end, and it's something for all skin types. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there was a lot in here, and please let me know what you want to see reviews and thoughts on first in the comments down below. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, become part of the family. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!